Well, howdy folks. This is going to be my last video for a while, and I need to tell you the story of it, and it's kind of an interesting one. Last Thursday, I went out fishing with my neighbor and did a series of really dumb things. One of them, he was driving. My eyesight was really bad that day, and I forgot to bring along a couple of the undergarments, the undercoats or coats that I wear underneath my heavy coat. And I decided it's about an hour, a little over an hour drive to get up to where we went, and he really wanted to go, so I thought, well, all right, I'll just tough it out. And that was my first big mistake, because that morning was 7 below zero, and we went out, and I knew the sun was going to be shining up there that day, so I thought, well, the sun will heat me up. Well, excuse me, and the cold that I've got now was part of the deal. Anyhow, we got out on the ice. It was probably around zero or thereabouts. We fished for a little while. I caught some fish. He wasn't catching much, and so we were fishing along, and he ended up catching up with me. We ended up getting the same number of fish that day, which was nice. But I kept getting colder and colder and colder, and I ended up dealing with hypothermia. After we'd been there for a few hours, I was shaking uncontrollably, and I couldn't feel the tips of these two fingers, so I knew I was getting frostbite. And this one here was somewhat similar, which were pretty easy fixes by the time we got back home. I finally told him, I said, I gotta go. I've got to go right now. And he was pretty accommodating, and we packed up and we got back to the truck, and I got warmed up a little bit just from, I don't know, it was a quarter mile or so maybe, hike out to where we were fishing. But the worst part of it came later, because I had caught my wife's cold, or I did catch it somehow, but it really started showing up that night and into the next day. I slept for about 3.5 days straight and didn't get nearly enough liquid, which is never a good idea. So when I started feeling better, I would try to go to the bathroom, and it was very painful. I had a yeast infection by then. And so I just kind of dealt with it, drank more liquid, which I'm still dealing with it a little bit at this stage of the game, but it's getting better. There's a silver lining in this cloud that was pretty amazing. When I slept and didn't look at the internet at all it was about 4 days total, because I didn't look at it at all on Thursday either. The 3 days that I had the cold was trying to last the last 3 days. My vision was really bad, and I thought, man, if this doesn't get better, I'm in trouble, because it was so hazy and so blurry I couldn't see anything, and I thought that had something to do with the dehydration, and I still do. But here's what happened on the 5th day. That would have been, let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Would have been Monday. My eyes started becoming clear, and I mean like completely clear. And I did not understand what the deal was, and went to look at the internet, and that next day on Tuesday, they were all blurry again. So it finally made the connection that maybe the issues with my eyesight had to do with LED screens, because I know they're not good for my eyes and they make my eyes hurt anyway. So I decided to hold off looking at any kind of electronic device, and I waited until today. My eyes have been completely clear from Wednesday through today, and that's 4 days. It's Saturday now. Oh, it's Friday. It's 3 days only. Today is Friday. Anyway, 3 days I have had mostly clear vision. There's been a few hours on a couple of days where it's gotten a little hazy, but nothing like what I've been experiencing. And I've come to realize that at the very least, staying hydrated and staying off the internet is helping my eyes a lot, to the point where I would feel very comfortable driving at this stage of the game. And so here I am, Friday late afternoon, making this video and just putting out the message that this is it. I'm not going to be doing any videos. I'm not watching the computer at all. No cell phones, no nothing. And it seems to be making a huge difference. Now we'll see later on down the road how this continues on forward. But for right now, I'm done with making videos until I can make some determination as to whether or not this should become a permanent thing. So anyway, that's the function of the video today, is just to kind of give people a heads up that I am not going to be making videos for at least the near future, and maybe permanently. Don't know yet. But anyway, with that, I hope you had a great I hope you have a great life. At least have a good day, and God bless you all.